Welcome to It's a Serenist Life podcast, the lessons learned, part 2. From what I remember leaving off at part 1, it was me finally seeing all the things that I had started to create, or I finished, or a poem that I wrote, or songs that I tried to put together. But from what I know of what I counted, I have 23 songs or something that has already been started. And it's like every time I created a passion that I had as a child, it somehow started to make all those holes in my heart, all the darkness and sadness and anger that I had kept all deep inside. The creation started to grow those seeds into flowers. And my pain kind of turned into being able to express myself freely, but knowing like kind of how to regulate my highs and my lows. One of the things that I did is I took a picture of myself as a child. And you can get pretty emotional when you do this. I'm in a good space right now, and well, knock on wood, I haven't cried today, so that's really good. But it's a picture of myself around 7 or 8 years old. And every morning when I look in the mirror, I tell that little girl that I love her. And I tell her how proud I am of her. And that when she grows up, she is going to be this and this. And I tell her to not be afraid. And that God's got you. And you are one of His now. I don't know, you guys. I was just open to whatever the Holy Spirit was going to bless me with. Because I did understand that car accident was a blessing. And I understand why people don't go through their trauma. There is nothing about what I went through and what I've done that is easy. I think a lot of people will drown themselves with what I call vices. Alcohol, drugs, sex, candy, food. I mean, when we can't control something and we want to figure things out and we're not willing to go through the dark light to understand how to regulate our highs and our lows, we're like atomic bombs waiting to go off, and it's easier to drown our sorrows in something that numbs our thoughts, our pain. And I didn't want to do that anymore because I feel like what I was set out to do is, whether that's the podcast or interactions or whatever, like, I see you. Like He sees me. And I always try to give smiles. I always try to say, like, wishing you a good day. I don't get as mad when someone cuts me off. I might get mad a little bit, like on the road, a little bit. But I also don't know what that person's going through. But you guys, I just want you to not promise me, but like really hear me. That I am going to be sharing these journeys in hope that it will give you enough courage to go through yours. It's not easy. You need a support system. Whether you take the spiritual route, the religious route, whatever your higher power is, we are created perfectly imperfect to live coherently. Is that the right word? To live together on this earth. But we didn't come with manuals, right? And so everything is living and learning. But don't dwell so much on the dark light, like the dark stuff, because that can get you down a very long rabbit hole. And somehow, in order for you to get to the light, like the good light, you do have to crawl yourself out of those holes. And that's where it is hard. And so whatever he wanted me to say today, I hope that I am hitting something on the nose for someone. But I want you to know to create, having a little picture of yourself in the mirror and talk nicely to yourself. Like, you guys, I can feel things and sense things. Like my senses are heightened. Like, it's like he gave me this gift to be able to know when someone is being intentionally mean towards me, or if it's a lesson that I have to just be a part of because I have the ability to, in a way, put someone in their place, but with a little bit of class and grace, stand up for myself and know that the big guy upstairs has got my back. But in those times that I can't control things, he takes care of them for me. This last couple of days have been probably one of the hardest, because one of the last things in this awakening, from what I read, it's called Spiritual Awakening. There's beautiful books out there. I can't tell you because this is like the first time for me. I was doing everything kind of like on my own with the Holy Spirit. If he guided me to do something, great, wonderful. But you guys have your own way of doing stuff. But I don't know, this spiritual awakening is really awesome once I knew what it was. But I did think I was like losing my mind with emotions. But I had to go through the crying that literally makes you want to get sick, because it's a pain that you didn't want to feel and you needed to feel it. And I needed to remember that no matter how positive I want to believe people are, there are ones that are already taken by the devil. And they're resentful, they're mean, they don't take accountability. And you will find those people everywhere you go. But you do have a choice whether to stay in the environment or leave. And the people that even have left my life that I do wish were still here, there's a reason that they're not in my life. Good and bad. I don't look at things as a missed opportunity anymore. I look at things where that door closed. That must have been something I wasn't meant for in the first place. Or it wasn't the right time. I wish I would have known that when I was in the fork of the road when I was younger. Like, me not making it in the direction of music that I wanted to go, I feel was like I just didn't have enough time on the earth. I didn't go through enough bad times, I guess, yet, or my emotions, because the songs that I have written now are like way more mature than they were back then. You guys, I'm proud of myself because I did this. And I honestly believe everyone has the capability of doing it too. But if I'm ascending, don't get pissed off that you're not ascending as well. If you're staying just kosher and you just like pointing the finger and getting mad at everyone, I think you need to ask yourself if you are the problem, part of the problem, and how can you help yourself ascend to a higher vibration where you can start seeing the beautifulness in life. You can plant those seeds in the holes in your heart and tend to them to hopefully help grow a garden of what makes you you. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. I stopped doing that, you guys, when I started putting boundaries up. Oh, that's another thing, boundaries. When my brain was going through it, you can't call me and go like, Sarah, hey, can you put on a family gathering? No, because my mind can't juggle that. I can't do that. If you want the gathering, then you do it. That doesn't have to be my responsibility. I started just putting like walls up, not walls, the boundaries up. I knew who I would allow in, and I know who wasn't allowed to be in my environment. I could feel my energy change. I knew when someone was stealing the air, the positivity around me, who was sucking it up. I knew who those people were. And I know it sounds crazy, but I pray for those that are in the dark. I know what it's like. And it's lonely. And it's very sad. But I'm here to sit with you. I want to remind you how wonderful and special you are. I want to love you unconditionally, like I know that the Holy Spirit loves me. I did want to write something. Someone tested me because now in the spiritual awakening, I'm like noticing all sorts of stuff. I'm like I said, all my senses are heightened. So like my smell is more intense. My vision can see things where like a street, like I passed a million times, never looked at the name of it. And now I know the name. But when I was watching something, they said, whatever time it is right now, look up that in the Bible and see if God is trying to tell you something. And so it just happened to be that when I looked at it today, it was 12:32. And so I was like, wrote in the Bible and I said, all right, what is 12:32? Like, what is something in the Bible, 12:32? And I was like testing it because I was like, okay, yeah, right. Like, it's going to bring up something that I need to hear. Ha! Okay. Where is it? Anyone who speaks a word against the Son of Man will be forgiven. But anyone who speaks against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven, either in this age or in the age to come. Dang, right? Make a tree good, and its fruit will be good. Or make a tree bad, and its fruit will be bad. For a tree is recognized by its fruit. Kind of just going back to 12, even 35. And this is in Matthew, you guys. A good man brings good things out of the good stored up in him. And an evil man brings evil things out of the evil stored up in him. But I tell you that everyone will have to give account on the day of judgment for every empty word they have spoken. For by your words you will be acquitted, and by your words you will be condemned. And I know that's deep. It's always been hard for me to like read the Bible, to be brutally honest, because I told you I had that comprehension thing. And sometimes when I read the Bible, I'm like, all right, dude, I totally did not get that. So it's like I need to be by like a scholar of something to be like, can you just kind of like rephrase that? So that was really big. And if it doesn't resonate, that's totally fine, because you could read it again and maybe the second, third, fourth time you do it, like it will make sense. But in what I'm trying to tell you is not only that you're loved, but our words, you guys, have meaning, right? I want my words and what I say to count. I don't want to give you false words. I don't want to tell you I hate you. I don't hate you. I'm hurting, but I don't hate you. If we disagree, it's not because I'm a bad person. It's just because we have a difference of opinion. The words that I put in my songs mean something to me, and you might hear them and it resonates differently for you. But either way, I want what comes out of me to be to be me. So I'm going to end this part 2 with a song that I wrote. I think I wrote this song when sometimes when I'm lonely, I just wish I had my best friend here. She was my best friend since 5th grade. And so, talking to yourself in your room or in the shower is a little weird. But I either talk to the Holy Spirit or I talk to my best friend. And that's kind of where this song happened. It's called Little by Little. And if I'm going to say that, if I want you to remember something from part 1 and part 2, is that take each day little by little. Decide what type of person you want to be right now. Do you want to be of light or do you want to be of dark? Make that choice. Because you're either going to have someone that's going to fight your battles or you're going to have someone that gives you battles. And at some point in your life, you do have to make a choice. Do not look at yourself as having just one life. You do have one life, but break it up in 2 points. Because there's no way the way we were born to the adult that we become are the same person. We all came with a different genetic makeup that either was brought with us as we came to adulthood. And like I said, if you paid attention to all my episodes, and that, you guys, nothing comes with manuals. So I can only share what I personally have gone through in hoping that by talking about it, it resonates to one of you to go, you know what? I liked that idea Sarah had. Or I never looked at it that way. That was a good thing. So back to the song. I have never recorded a song on how I do these podcasts. And if I showed you the setup that I have right now, I don't even know how I can press my fingers on the keys, to be honest. But I do want you to pay attention to the words. So here we go. Little by little, I'm fading to a place I keep escaping. I close my eyes and maybe you'll be right here beside me. No one understands me. Most days I feel I'm trying. Just wish someone could find me when you're not here beside me. But I will always be here waiting for you. And I will never leave this space where I can find you. My voice is tired from talking, so bear with me, guys. Verse 3. I try to find the lighting of darkened days in hiding. I can hear your voice inside me. Go to our place and find me. When will my heart start mending? I want to stop pretending. I won't let the grief happen when you're not here beside me. But I will always be here waiting for you. And I will always be. Will never leave this space where I can find you. I was really hoping that that was going to be a lot better because it was really breathy because I've been talking so much. But if you go to my garage karaoke on my Facebook, it is public and my voice is a lot better than that. But little by little, I'm fading to a place I keep escaping. I close my eyes and maybe you'll be right here beside me. No one understands me, and most days I feel I'm trying. Just wish someone could find me when you're not here beside me. Verse 3, I try to find the lighting of darkened days in hiding. I can hear your voice inside me, so go to our place and find me. When will my heart start mending? I want to stop pretending. I let the grief happen, but I don't let it get to me when you're not here beside me. But I will always be here waiting for you. And I will never leave this space where I can find you. This was authentically me, you guys. I'm sending you a wonderful day. The Holy Spirit wanted me to do this, so I did it. And I hope that anything I said resonates with someone to make your hard days just a little easier to get through, little by little. Until then, goodbye.